Hi and welcome to Azure and Dynamics 365 Better Together. My name's Scott Giroux and today we're going to be talking about Power Apps. Well, of course we've had Power Apps for a while. They're those rather cool apps that we can create by dragging and dropping elements onto a design surface and using Excel style formulas. And then using connectors, we can connect to our Dynamics 365 environment that's got all those first-party apps for sales, service, marketing, etc. And then of course we've got the CDS that we can connect to. And if there's some data created in Dynamics, we can also put that into the CDS using connectors. But they're all rather separate components, and we have to think carefully how we connect them together. Well, those of you that are observant may have noticed that in version 9 online, if you open up the Solution Explorer, you now see the Power Apps logo. So what's going on there? Well, it's rather exciting because what we've been after for a long time, which is the XRM platform, now has become a reality with the CDS for applications. So the old CDS has gone away and the new CDS effectively is the organization database platform that's got all the functionality around workflows and custom entities and plugins. And so those first party apps have been decoupled from that CDS layer. And so now Power Apps is built on that CDS layer so that we can have Canvas apps where we can drag and drop elements and connect to our entities in our CDS, but we can also have model-driven apps, which are effectively built using the same functionality as the first-party apps. So the great news is if you're a Dynamics 365 expert, you're now a Power Apps expert. So Canvas apps require us to create our user interface from the ground up, but model-driven apps have got the metadata-driven user interface with all the functionality of business process flows, etc. So I've just come back from the Dynamics 365 user group in Dublin, and this conference was a really great example of how you might use a Canvas app alongside a model-driven app. So the organizers of the event would use a model-driven app against the CDS that would contain entities around speakers and events. And once all the schedule is created, we may then have a Canvas app built on top of CDS as well that allows delegates to look at the schedule and maybe give feedback on each of the speakers. So how is all of this licensed? Well, an Office 365 license includes Canvas apps, but we really can't do very much with the CDS. We have to go to Power Apps Plan 1 that allows us to build Canvas apps on top of CDS, but doesn't allow us to use some of the more premium features such as plugins and synchronous workflows. And then we've got the Plan 2, which allows us full access to that XRM platform. And then of course we've got the Dynamics 365 Enterprise plans that allows us to use the sales servicing apps as well as all of the features of that CDS platform. Plan 2 is kind of like that XRM platform that we have been wanting for a long time. So when I go over to admin.powerapps.com, I can create an environment, and inside that environment I can create a database. And what this is doing is actually creating a Dynamics 365 database that we know and love today. And inside that, it creates a solution which holds all the CDS entities that I create through admin.powerapps.com. And then I can go and create app modules, which are my model-driven apps. And then if I head over to web.powerapps.com, I've now got the traditional Canvas apps designer. But if I swap over, I can now create my model-driven app. So I think you'll agree that this new business application platform is really promising to be what we've been after for a very long time. So thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, cheers.